Welcome to Youth Service Bureau Chemical Awareness Program. This is the parent portion of the Chemical Awareness Program message. My name is Mary Gugesberg. I'm the Youth and Family Education Coordinator at YSB, and I hope you find this information of value. We're going to talk a little bit. We have some expectations of what we're going to talk about. First being the importance of family. How are you as a family? How are you in this journey of the diversion and what brought you to our organization? We're going to talk about your role as a parent, some protective factors, expectations, and the importance of 5 caring adults in your village and in raising children in who's in their village. Let's jump in. I'm going to start with conversations. The importance of healthy conversations. Parents, you know your child best. You know when's the right time to have these conversations. It could be behind the wheel. Nobody jumps out of the car, right? When you're driving down the road, they're getting their driver's training. It gives you lots of opportunity to have these conversations. Maybe it's family dinners. There's great opportunities. Maybe it's when your evening routine of saying goodnight to your child. Again, you know your child best, and you know the healthy way to address and make sure conversations are ongoing. I learned from a Youth Service Bureau therapist the importance of this next bullet. Listen to understand, not to respond. Many times have our kids said to us, "You're always yelling at me," or "Stop lecturing," where if we step back, listen to their voice, listen to what they're saying, listen to what their body language is saying. Now I can ask those deeper questions. I can listen to understand. Then we're teaching some great life skills. And we're rebuilding trust. How is trust? How is your journey of rebuilding trust? What steps are you, parents, taking to rebuild that trust with your child? Remember, diversion, when a student is referred to YSB for diversion, it is, we're going to help them learn from their mistakes, hold them accountable, and give them the chance to remedy, learn from that, and hopefully not repeat. All of that takes trust. We as parents need to come alongside. We need to care. And one way of rebuilding trust, it might take little nuggets of steps every day. And it might be as simple as, "You know what, child, I dreamt about you last night." Leaving a note on the mirror. And maybe that note on the mirror, a sticky note or however you want to write it. And it just says, when your child wakes up, "I dreamt about you last night and I woke up smiling." I think our kids at this stage are so used to being caught doing wrong that wouldn't it be great to catch them just being? And you love your child, so let's catch them doing something as simple as taking the trash out without you asking. Or really just that, "I woke up this morning had a dream about you, and I woke up smiling." Wow, how affirming. My parent loves me even though I've made this mistake. And parents, another conversation to have, and again, you're going to know when to approach this, is your children's, who do they hang out with? Who are their friends? When our kids were in elementary school, at least my own, we didn't just take them to a friend's house and say, "See ya," drop them off. No, we went to the door. We maybe hung out and had coffee with the other parent. We got to know who our kids' friends' parents. Personally, I don't think it should be any different in middle school or high school. Having that, we all have technology, having those numbers in your cell phone just so that when your child says, "I'm going to go hang out at Billy's house," "Oh, well, I'll just check in with Billy's parents to see if they need anything." What a great way to keep that, to build trust and to support your own child. One way we can continue to build trust is using protective factors. What are protective factors? Protective factors came out of the Search Institute, which, just so you know, they're nationally known. but they're right here in the metro, right here in the Twin Cities. And protective factors are, and you can read it too, activities and people that protect our children from those risks that are happening. It's easy to not have an idea, not have a source. Here's a great opportunity. If you go to Search Institute, I think you can click on, select the logo up there, and it should take you right to their website. And I will also be giving you some resources. It's on ysb.net too, where you can see the 40 developmental assets, and it gives you a place to start. Great place to start, and it's broken by ages. And what are some ways that we can, as parents, we can help prevent our children from substances and trying out? Is, parents, I encourage you, share with your children your values around substances. Share with your children what your hopes are for their future, and have input. Maybe we have to help guide them. Maybe we have to sit with them and, boy, have you thought about what you want to do after high school? Have you thought about an occupation or a career that seems really engaging to you? That's where goals come in. Having set goals, then I, as a parent, have the suggestions of how I can come and help care for my child, help meet those goals. And that's one of those conversations. What do you need from me to meet this goal? And we've already talked about the importance of having a healthy friend circle for our children. Are they hanging out with people who are building them up? Or are they hanging up and filling their bucket? Or are they emptying? Are they draining on their buckets? Parents, I would say that also goes for you. We have to make sure we have friends in our network that are going to help us in raising our children. Expectations. Oh my goodness. There are so much expectations on our children today. They have so much stress, so very much stress. And truly, I've had a parent share with me that through their conversations, their child shared with them that the reason they use substances, it's their way of coping with their mental health. If that is surfacing and resonating with your child, boy, it might be time to talk with someone. There's great therapists out there. I encourage you to check out Fast Tracker. If you Google Fast Tracker MN, it's a great place to see who's in your network for providers, who ties with your insurance or who takes sliding fee, or and you put your zip code in. So then it's also going to bring up supports that are right there in your neighborhood. Consequences. Consequences are part of expectations, right? Once I know my expectations and I know the consequences if I don't meet those, parents, I encourage you to define those. Maybe work on those together with your child. Again, very healthy conversation. Our job then is to stay consistent. We always want to have that consistent follow through. It sets a person up for better success if they know what's expected and they know what happens if I don't live up to those expectations. And then we're going to guide. I liken this adolescent stage because of brain development. I'm sure you saw in the video from the student and parent video that you watched, is that their brains aren't fully developed. So I liken it to a guardrail. At this stage, our kids might bump into the guardrail, right? But having consequences, having those dialogue is I might bump into it, but my role as a parent is to guide you so you don't go all the way over, right? We're going to be that, we'll be that prefrontal cortex, but we also will be helping them develop. And those are great life skills for forever. Part of that forever is having that healthy village. Parents, I encourage you, it really does take more than just you and your partner or whomever is helping you raise this child. Name your assignment. Name 5 caring adults for you. Who's in your own? Who can you call when you say, this happened with my family, how did you deal with this? Or who can help support you? Maybe it's just all you need is a listening ear. I encourage you. I want you to have 5 for your child. And please know that that's more than just you and the person that's helping you raise this child. Maybe it's a grandparent, maybe it's a child's grandparent, maybe it's a partner. The reason I say have 5 caring adults is because our kids might go to that person before they would come to us. They know that if they come to us with a situation that's happening, we're going to give them oh yeah, we already talked about consequences, right? We may give them consequences. This is an opportunity for you to have, for your child and you to have 5 healthy adults who can check in with your child. Are they making healthy choices? Hey, how can I help you with reaching that goal? You're going to know what your child needs best. I encourage you though. It could be a coach. It could be an employer. It could be, if you're active in a faith community, a faith leader, a pastor, a minister, a rabbi. It could be a neighbor. Please, I challenge you, name 5. And that way, when your child needs something, hey, I do this. I reach out to one of my 5 and say, hey, my child's really having a bad day. Could you reach out? That's my job. That's my role, to make sure that one of those 5 people are active and engaged in my child's life. And it can be through social. It can be through your social media platforms. It's just another way of living in that village concept, because it really does take all of us to raise all of our kids. So we have lots of information. I thank you. I have linked on this page some great places that you can get additional support, because I want you to remember you're not in this alone. Youth Service Bureau is here to help care for you as the parent and your child. So there's some places that I encourage you to check out. First off, our Facebook page. That's where all our current messaging is going to happen. We keep it, we're on that every day. YSB Knows Kids, and you should be able to click on the link and it'll take you right there. YSB.net, that's where you can see how to have healthy conversations, conversation starters, boredom busters. I mean, all kinds of, that Search Institute, 40 developmental assets. You can find all these resources on our YSB.net, and there's a resource tab, chemical health, general parenting. And what we just started, and where I'm sure you're viewing this from, is Youth Service Bureau has started doing podcasts. And Youth Service Bureau, if you click that link, you'll be able to find additional podcasts. And then subscribe to that and our Facebook, and then you won't miss an opportunity. Remember, we're here for you. This parenting is a journey. I hope to see you at one of our parenting education classes when we're able to meet in person. Until then, thank you. And remember, we're here. We're all in this together.